Alright everyone, I am back on the spotlight again in the woods on another dog walk diaries. Nice and evening, sunset coming in. United Rangers, he's on later, but I just wanted to talk for 5 minutes really about the transfer window and how it's going. Because we're on the 23rd, I think, of January. There's been no business done really. It's been all Rashford talk and he's gone nowhere. I still think he will go. I think Barcelona and Dortmund are his only options. I think he will still go and will end up paying most of his wages. Although he has been integrated back into training, but is that to get him in a state where he can go play for another club? Because he's not played football for 6 or 8 weeks. So he needs to be going to his new club with some sort of fitness. Then we've got Anthony on his way out, that's Anthony, and then there's the Garnacho saga that keeps going on and on and on. Garnacho as a player, he's a player that a team like Man United probably shouldn't be selling if we were where we're supposed to be and he would come off the bench and be an impact player. Currently we've changed system under Amorim. He doesn't start, he's on the bench, he comes on and he still does make things happen to some extent, but the facts of the matter is him and Rashford both got in trouble together. Yes, Garnacho might have knuckled down, got back in the team or whatever, but we all know that Garnacho's had his attitude, ego problems in the past. He's now out of the starting 11 under Amorim and seemingly has no position in the squad. He's not a 10 and he's not a winger. Could he adapt to be a 10? I don't think he ever could. I don't think he's technically good enough on the ball to play in tight spaces. Could he adapt to be a wing back? Probably. But he's not that kind of player, I don't think, who wants to be the one doing a load of doggy defensive work. And also, as a left wing back, he's got no left foot. Let's not sit here and pretend Garnacho's both footed. He's a third striker in a 4-3-3 who cuts in from the left and shoots with his right. That is what he is, and I'm afraid that has gone from United. We are not a 4-3-3 team anymore. If he wanted to stay and become a wing back, he would have to be a right wing back so he can cross, because his left foot is as good as Anthony's right foot, which is basically non-existent unless he's standing on it. But I wanted to talk, that's 3 main things. I mean, really, I'd get rid of them all. Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony, and people say we've got nobody in. And we need people in. I think if we do get rid of a couple of them, I'm pretty sure we'd get somebody in. But I wanted to talk more on the club as a whole and everybody absolutely hammering INEOS, right? We all said, and Amorim said, we're going to suffer before we get better. Why does that only apply to the playing squad? Why does it not apply to the club as a whole? Amorim said we're the worst team in Man United history. He's backed that up at his press conferences over the last day or two about this Rangers game, saying he's not backing down from it, which I agree with completely and utterly what he said. But why is it okay for us to suffer on the pitch and not suffer off it? We're £800 million in debt, and we expect INEOS to just go put a couple of £100 million in the pocket in a January transfer window that's notoriously hard to get people out of clubs, especially top players that we need at the moment. We don't need a Xerxes. We don't need an Anthony. We need top players who are going to fit this system, go in the starting 11 and perform. There's no room for buying half-arsed players anymore. There's this Dorgu coming in who's highly rated at Lecce. We ain't got a left back or a left wing back, so he's better than nothing. But he's a risk. What is he, a 20-year-old, and we're going to pay 25 to 35 million euros or pounds for him? Is he really good enough? I don't know. You know what I mean? You've got to hope that Amarin's involved in these conversations and he's a player he wants, and he's obviously better than no left back at all. So that is where I'll go with that one. Yeah, you've just got to hope that things work out. And like I say, we're a club in crisis from top to bottom, on and off the pitch. Just because we're poor on the pitch doesn't mean we're poor off it. And we need to suffer on and off the pitch, in my opinion. And we clearly are. And there's a reason. Jim's not just gone into this club and started taking money off everybody for a laugh. He knows he's gone into a shit show that needs millions and millions and millions of pounds of restructure from top to bottom as a business and a club to succeed. And he's gone in there and started doing it. I see a future where in 3 to 5 years' time, we're back near the top, maybe not winning anything, but in a much more stable position where we're challenging for top 4, and we all praise what INEOS have done now of cutting the costs, cutting the crap. Yes, the stadium ticket prices, things like that are not brilliant. I 100% agree we shouldn't be raising ticket prices now, but the cost cutting, the restructures, it's all part of business. And we as a club are a failing business which needs this harsh cost-cutting treatment to get us back to the top. And the truth, honest about it, apart from the ticket prices and the thing about like the fan having his season ticket resold and stuff like that, which is never good, the actual taking money away from all these trivial things has to be done to make us frigging stable again. You might see him getting reintroduced in 5 or 10 years' time when we're actually a club performing and we've got a bit of money behind us. Because right now, we've got a playing squad that are worth nothing, and we've got £800 million worth of debt ladled to the club. Of course, INEOS need to make more money somehow. They are ruthless businessmen who are doing what businessmen do to make money, cutting costs. And the most expensive cost is people. That's just the nature of business. Everyone knows that. People might not like this opinion because they think Jim's a rat, he's another Glazer, he's this, that, he's the other. The true fact is he's probably trying to stabilise the club from ending up in the Championship and not being able to get out of it. And I mean, you can say what you think about it, but that is my opinion. We've got to suffer on and off the pitch to get back to where we want to be. Amarin said it, and I truly believe it's happening on and off the pitch, the suffering. I wouldn't as everyone else is fretting about this transfer window and what's happening. We're already 14th in the league. Our only hope of anything is winning the Europa League, and with the squad we've got right now, we are not doing that. No chance. So I think we just need to get a grip of expectation and just take this season as it comes. If INEOS are tearing things apart outside of the pitch, let him. And if Amarin tears them up on the pitch and sells whoever he wants to whoever he wants, let him. If we don't bring anyone in, we're not winning anything anyway, and we're already 14th. So get the deadwood out the club while people want them. That is my opinion on the transfer window. I get bored of listening to transfer talk every day on all the other channels, because until someone's holding the shirt up or gone out the door, It's just journalists talking shite. Anyone can make it up. I could make a Twitter account up and say, oh, Rashford's got inquiries now from whoever. Chelsea want Rashford now. You know what I mean? It's just a story, and because it comes from a so-called legitimate journalist, people run away with it like it's gospel. How many times have we heard this transfer window about Ornstein, Romano, this, that and the other, saying certain things are happening, this is close, that's close, and nothing's happened. It's speculation until it happens. And I don't really understand why people take these people seriously until things are very close to being done. Like, until Garnacho goes and gets a deal confirmed with Chelsea or Napoli, what we're going to do is sit here and talk about it for the next week. We've talked about it enough. It's the same with Rashford, it's boring. How many more clubs can he be linked with than that before he actually gets out the door? So either go or just stop talking about him. And I know people need to make videos and that, it's the livings, but I find the transfer windows boring on YouTube now. Every day it's the same players linked to a different club from a different source. They never go anywhere. We all know that the January window is a tough window to deal with. And if deals happen, especially deals for big players like Garnacho Rashford, they happen very close to the end of the window. So I wouldn't expect anything to happen with players like that until the 29th, 30th of January. It just won't happen. So we can talk about them and talk about them for the next week and get bored to death and frustrated with it, or we can just talk about something else for a bit, because I'm sick of talking about Rashford and Garnacho. They bore me. Either get out the club or stay, or, you know, and I know everybody needs Man United to stay relevant in the media, but I'm not here. I make no money off this channel. I just say my own opinion. I don't have no contacts in Man United, no contacts in the media, nothing. I've got no loyalty to making YouTube videos every day to make my money. I just say my piece as it is. And we need to stop getting carried away about deals that are not happening, or they're not happening till the end of a window. It's boring. That's my take on the transfer window. A quick 12-minute my thoughts on what's happening, and my thoughts about, well, just a bit about YouTube daily content, and a bit about the need to put stories out there to create something of nothing. So yeah, if you like my video, tell me what you think about my opinion on this, because I'm getting bored to death of transfer window YouTube content, to be quite honest. I've watched it for a long time now. Day in, day out, we're linked to this person, linked to that person. They're going here, we're going there. They don't go anywhere. It's boring. Yeah, like, favourite, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. And hopefully we beat Rangers tonight, but we easily could not. Peace.